Hello everyone, this is Derek Brink. I'm the Vice President and Research Fellow with the Aberdeen Group based in Boston. And I'm here today to give you a quick update about some recent research that I've published on the topic of identity and access management. Now these videos and blogs are a little bit more informal of a format, so I often like to get started with a little musical reference. So here we go. It turns out that I think singer-songwriter Meghan Trainor had it exactly right when she said, "I am all about that bass." Except that IAM in this case refers to identity and access management, and BASE refers to the many types of users that enterprise identity and access management initiatives are put in place to serve and support. So yes, the users are really what all enterprise identity and access management initiatives have always been all about. From the very first day that they're welcome on board to the day they eventually end their relationship with the organization, every single user of the IT infrastructure is directly impacted by the processes and workflows for managing who gets what access to the systems and applications and data that they need to carry out their respective tasks. What I think is especially interesting, however, is how who gets counted under this umbrella term of user has been changing lately, and how leading identity and access management solution providers have been changing as well to make this possible. You see, traditionally the top drivers for enterprise investments in identity and access management initiatives have been focused on three main goals: control, compliance, and cost. The users that benefit most from these capabilities have arguably been the organization's IT staff, who've been challenged to support higher scale at lower cost in this era that we're in of disruptive changes in modern IT. You can think of mobile, social, virtualization and cloud computing, big data and analytics, among others. So to be clear, internal enterprise employees have definitely benefited from traditional IAM solutions as well. For example, the study that we did in this area found that about 2/3 of all respondents routinely provision identities and access within one business day, which definitely helps this most basic category of identity and access management users to be more productive throughout their tenure, not wrestling with gaining or updating authorized access to the IT resources that they need. Still, Aberdeen's research does provide some specific examples of where incremental improvements in these traditional areas of control, compliance, and cost are still needed, and you can read about those in the report. It's also fair to say that interaction with traditional IAM systems has really been feasible only for that smaller subset of internal users who are technical and IT savvy. So fortunately, leading IAM solution providers have also been focusing on making that user experience with IAM simple, intuitive, and contextual, which in turn helps to make IAM more accessible, more relevant, and more valuable to all of the users throughout the extended enterprise. Now, the report gives three illustrative examples of the ways that leading identity and access management solutions have been expanding their traditional value proposition along these lines. Number one, greater visibility for managers and line of business leaders, as opposed to just the IT administrators. Number two, empowerment of the business users, all business users, with respect to capabilities such as having visibility into their current privileges, checking to see if new access requests are compliant with established policies, initiating new access requests on their own behalf, and for some identity and access management solutions, they can use intuitive online shopping cart kind of metaphors to make this especially easy. And finally, foreseeing the specific reasons that their access requests were denied. And number three, these are including context-based analytics and risk assessments of the IAM-related policies and practices based on having visibility into what's actually happening in the environment. Now, in addition, identity and access management capabilities are now being applied beyond the internal enterprise users of employees to the extended enterprise users of business partners, customers, and consumers. Now, this takes the role of identity and access management as a business enabler to an entirely new level, one that connects to these positive, you could call it rewarded risks of business objectives such as expanded customer bases, faster time to transactions, higher revenue, and lower cost per transaction. Identities and personalized access have taken on a significant role in the customer and consumer side of many businesses, to the point that they are a mechanism by which companies can differentiate themselves from their competitors and add value to their customers. In other words, identity and access management has become not only important, but also strategic. Now, to illustrate this point quickly, in my research report on identity and access management beyond control, compliance, and cost, the rise of the user, I've described a simple Monte Carlo model that actually quantifies the significant business impact that IAM capabilities like these can have in a consumer-facing scenario, and literally it's tens of millions of dollars per year. And again, that's by leveraging identities and personalized access to improve the user experience, to reduce abandonment rates for online transactions. Now, I plan to publish and develop more research in these areas starting in the fourth quarter of 2015. So there you have it, from IT staff to rank and file business users to managers and line of business leaders to external business partners, customers, and consumers. IAM truly is all about that base, that user base. So I do encourage you to read the full report and to take advantage of the other resources that are available to you on this important topic. Thank you, and I hope to share more of my research with you again very soon. Thank you.